What is happening? This is Dunk, and I am going to show you how I am stacking up my Gary and increasing it by rotating liquidity. But before I do that, let me just quickly make sure that I got everything going. Just got to make sure that I've got, here we go. All right. Okay, let's want to just double check. I'm always paranoid about sound. I'm just testing a new system where I could just kind of go live a little bit easier. Let me see. Let me just double check. Rather double check and know that I'm actually live with audio instead of going the whole way without it. This is my first time doing this. See? Oh, perfect. I hear sound coming through. Wherever you're watching me, just so you know, I do go live a lot, as well as on YouTube and all different platforms. But if you want to find my YouTube channel, it is youtube.com/@theblockchain. So that's kind of the easiest one to grab. So cool. So, and also I have this link right here, defiearner.com. And anytime that I have any kind of resource, I'm just going to drop it there. So feel free to go and grab it there. So what I'm going to do today is I'm kind of going to show you exactly how I'm kind of growing my Gary bag. Now, I know, busy morning, but I wanted to make sure I got this stream out for you guys because this is actually something I do every single day in order to grow. And then you could use the same strategy with different currencies. So it doesn't have to just be Gary, but I really do like Gary, and I'll show you why Gary is a good opportunity aside from it being a currency that I really am bullish on and believe that it is going to go up long term. So let me just show you. Okay, let me just get, sorry. Okay, so this is Stacker GPT. This is kind of a GPT version of what's going to come and become automated. There's a whole bunch of really cool features in here. You can analyze tokens and price action. What are the top Solana gainers today? So that way you can kind of like go see what's working, and then you can say, should I enter a trade now? Teach me how to trade. All four of these are great things to start with if you have no idea how to start trading. I have a link to that over in at Gary101.com. You can just go grab the Stacker Agent GPT. It's completely free, even if you have the free version of ChatGPT, you could use it. So just go ahead and grab that. So what I do is, so what I'm saying is, like, so you could either go and buy, again, I'm using Gary, so you always want to pick a base token, a token that you're starting with. So in this case, I am starting with Gary coin, and you can go to Jupiter. I'm going to do everything through Jupiter. I just like the platform. And I'm going to use this wallet right here. So I'm going to just pop it out so you can see it in the window. Make sure that you can see everything. Okay, good. So you see the little wallet that I have. It's got 4,000 Gary in it. So the reason why I made a nice even number, just so you can see, is because my goal is to increase my Gary holdings. Whenever you're trading something in crypto, you always want to focus on the coin that you're growing. Like, it wouldn't make any sense for me to say I'm going to grow my Gary because I want to grow my USDC amount or my USD amount. That wouldn't make sense. I want to grow my Gary amount. So I have 4,000 Gary in this wallet. It means I want to end the day with more than 4,000 Gary. And you know, the name of this video is like that I'm making a 1,000% APY, which means like 1,000% a year. Now you could easily do that with this strategy because, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Please always do your own research. But I'm just showing you what I'm doing. So you could take this and you'd want to grow this. And if on average, I've been getting about, just from this chart alone, roughly, about 1 to 3% a day. So if you think about that averaging out, that's about 1,000% a year, which is pretty freaking amazing. Especially, that's not even counting compound interest, mind you. So that's not even thinking about compound interest. So just keep that in mind. Compound interest makes it actually a much higher option. So we have compound interest. And now, okay, so what am I going to do? I actually created you don't have to do this, but I created like a little cheat sheet that you could use. A little cheat prompt, actually, is a better word to use than cheat sheet. So what I like to do is I go over to Stacker GPT. But first, actually, just so you know, if you ever do, you could always, I got all of these coins by locking up my Gary and putting them into the Gary the Gary locked, which is how you would end up getting the Gary DAO and then also having rewards. So I don't have anything in this wallet because I started a new wallet for this experiment that I wanted to show you. But if you ever did, you could lock them up, and then there's 100,000 Gary given out every single month, depending on how much you lock up. Hence why I got some 4,000 right here. And now I say, you know what, 4,000 is not enough. I want more. I want to be able to grow this faster, and then whatever additional amount, then I'll lock it up. You know, but now I want to grow it in the meantime until next month when this when the next lockup period claim comes. So this is how I'm getting coins. So go to the Gary.club, and there's all the little links at the top. And they also have information about Stacker Agent here, which is coming soon, but that's the automated version of what I'm showing you today. So I'm going to come over here to Stacker Agent GPT. I'm going to go over to, I'm going to grab a prompt real quick from, so I have this prompt, and I'm just going to grab, oh, there it goes. So I have this one that I've been using, and this one's kind of like set up, where is it? I created this prompt. Let me just flip it over and just paste it in for you. And if you have any questions, be sure to always just drop them in the comments. I'm keeping an eye on the chat as best I can. So, okay, so I'm going to paste this in here, and this one was actually one that I was doing to increase the amount of Gary. So I'm going to flip this around, or the amount of USDC trading against Gary. So now I want to grow my Gary. So look, now I'm going to go Gary, and so my token I'm growing now, I'm going to swap that out, and I could always share this. Let me know if you would like me to share this, and I could share this prompt with you. And so what I did is I just said, okay, the token I'm growing is Gary, the token I'm trading against is USDC. The reason why I'm doing USDC is because I want stability, and Gary has a huge pair with USDC. Now I dropped their token address. I'm using the DEX Jupiter, so I wanted to show like Jupe, and then then what I do is I just put my available balance, available balance. So I'm just say 4,000 Gary, and then I want fast fills for liquidity rotation. The reason why I want this is because I want flips. I don't want it sitting there for days. I want to sell the Gary, like when it dips, or when it pumps, sorry, and then buy it right back in once it dips. And I want to be sure to analyze the chart to make sure that I'm not just like selling and just guessing that it's not going to go back up. I want to know that it's going to continue increasing in value, so I can be sure that I'm not just selling and it's going to have another breakout. Now, screenshots. So I always like to put screenshots in from TradingView, and I'm going to show you how to do that really easily. And then I just give it kind of an output. I want the score from Stacker GPT, which is really helpful. With Gary, it's kind of different because it's a sideways trading chart, and there's not a lot of huge amount of liquidity, but there's a lot of opportunity here. So, and honestly, if everybody did what I'm doing, there'd be even more liquidity and even more trading volume, and that score would even go up higher. So I have all these different options. So let's see, analyze the screenshots, run Stacker's score based on the price, action, liquidity chart structure, give me a specific amount, and limit price for order. So I want limit prices, meaning that I'm placing an order. So you'll need a little bit of Solana in your wallet in order to place limit orders. It's a couple cents, like 30, 40, I forget. It's under $1 for each order, but you get most of that back once the order fills. But it just has to lock it up just in case there's any transactions, and you can basically use that liquidity on your behalf. So it's holding most trading tokens, sell near resistance. If you're holding both, then so the idea is sometimes only part of it fills. So I always like to rebalance. And again, once Stacker Agent comes out publicly, this will be an automatic thing, which this is actually my least favorite part, rebalancing. So, so you got to do all the work again. Provide 3 orders per side. I do 3 orders just because you never know if there's a depth of liquidity right at that exact point. Also, you might want to just lock in some profits and then try and get some breakout or get a little bit extra profit. So provide liquidation and execution speeds, base token, so which in this case would be Gary, trading token, which would be USDC, and then back to the base token. Explain briefly why these prices, I want to know why prices align and the current market structure. I always like to know why. One of the best ways to learn how to trade is just to do it and then also ask AI to just explain why you're doing it. So don't just like blindly go into it. Learn along the way. So now my goal: grow my base token, fast flip targets, complete cycle, rotate liquidity cleanly, learn and refine and flipping. So you could potentially do like a couple flips a day. I've done that. So now I give like example base token. I'm going to flip this just so it doesn't get confused at all, but I like it should do it, but AI sometimes is fickle. Available, I'm just going to remove this just so it's clean. There we go. Available 4,000 Gary. I'm just going to, you don't have to do this, but I'm just doing it just to make it so it's a trading view. So I'm getting the charts from TradingView. So let me show you how I get those charts real quick. And then just a reminder for you, always include Stacker score, or go on through that, all the little things. So I have this prompt, it just makes things easier for me. So now what I'm going to do next is I am going to actually go grab these charts so they're fresh, fresh, and I can just go over here to Jupiter, and Jupiter actually has all of the TradingView right in. You can go click over here on Pro, and then click on, and we're going to search for Gary, and then we're going, there's Gary. So now I'm going to hit, I like going through and grabbing a whole bunch, but it's super quick. So look there. I mean, look at these. Well, none of those are me. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab these screenshots. I click on the 1 minute chart, hit this camera, hit copy image, go back over here and hit paste. It's that easy. You don't have to save it to your computer. You don't have to do any of this stuff. I just like to grab a couple charts just real quick, like. There we go. 5 minutes. If you're saying that this is taking too long, then you're spoiled. There we go. I just realized that I don't have the right chart. Oh wait, no I do. What am I crazy? I do have the right chart. I'm crazy. Don't listen to me. Listen to me, but don't listen to me. But do your own research. Do your own research. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right. I got the 5 minute chart. Sorry, like, you're gonna see how easy. Like, if I wasn't talking, this would have gone so much easier and faster. So don't think that this actually takes long. I do this from my cell phone all the time too, because I'm always on the go. I work on TV shows and movies. That's my day job. And you know, part of the reason why I'm doing this is because that industry, in my opinion, is dying, and I needed something to replace all of my income, and I've been able to pretty much replace most of it. I still do some jobs here and there just because I enjoy what I'm doing, and you know, I also like the extra income, so I don't have to spend it on my crypto, or spend my crypto, because I do like earning a little bit of fiat. So okay, so what I'm going to do is I got the charts there, I got my prompt that I pre-built. Again, hit me up. I'd probably give you a way to, I'm working on a way, I'm not probably, to share this more efficiently. So I'm going to hit this button, it's going to analyze it, it's going to do all its fun. Just let's see what it gives us. So now look at that. So now it's saying tight range chop between 33.50 and 34.30 USDC. I've been noticing that the past couple days, which strong liquidity repeats showing near 33.50. Support quickly wicks and brought. So which basically means that there's the wick is filling some of the orders, but not actually going all the way into that candle. So strong liquidity repeats shown. Okay, upper band shows repeated rejection from 34.30. I've seen this several times. I've been riding this wave for like days and just collecting stuff, collecting profits and stacking up my gains. So again, I said this is because there's low liquidity, which is fine, but there's still opportunity here. If you're looking for like some breakout token, you could do that. But this is something that I like to do just because I'm able to trade this and lock it in. I'm bullish on Gary, and if I get liquidated into Gary and that happens, I'm still happy. But I'm trying to grow my Gary and not lose it. All right, so now it gives me the liquidity rotation plan. You're holding 4,000 Gary. Your focus right now is to sell. Obviously, I don't have anything to buy. I don't know why it's telling me to buy when I don't have any So sometimes you have to yell at it. So I'm not buying any Gary right now. I'm just selling. I'm only selling my Gary. But right now, again, it didn't actually give me the right amounts. So let me just remind it. Sometimes you have to yell at AI. And if this is too, you're like, oh no, it didn't get it in the first thing. Well, you go and do it yourself then, and yeah, and you stop complaining about that. So now look at that. There we got our 4,000. Now I've been looking at these for the last couple days, and I do agree that these are pretty close to they'll be filled. So let me see. I'm gonna say I want a sure thing for my fill so I can rotate today. So I just say rotate today, rotate daily. So once you have this chat going, I would just continue like using the same chat as much as possible until like you need to update it. So now look, 3410, this is a little bit more conservative. I think I've had these fill, especially in the 3410 range. So here's what we're gonna do. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here. So we have the 4,000. Go back over to, go over here. I'm gonna go to swap, not to pro, just because I like just using this. It's simple. And I'm gonna go to trigger, and I gotta connect my wallet real quick again to Jupiter. It's gonna ask you everything. It says jupe.ag, and then I just have to hit connect. There we go. Connected my wallet to make sure that you always double check these things. You know, always check whatever you're signing. I know Jupiter, and I know it's safe. So I'm just going to go here. We're under trigger. I'm going to go to Gary right here. I'm going to search for it. Make sure it's always the right thing. If you don't know, go to GaryClub101.com. I have the contract listed there, and make sure you grab the right one. So now I'm starting with Gary. I'm selling Gary in this case, and I am going to get USDC. So if we look at it right now, this Gary is worth $1,358.30-something. So if I said all of it right now, if I if I said that I wanted to sell it at like even the 3410, like right now, that would get me $1,364 versus the 59. So it's gonna be $5 more. I mean, I know that doesn't seem like that much, but you know, it is 0.5% higher than it is right now, or 0.43% higher. So the idea is that you're going to sell that, and then you're going to take that liquidity, put it back over here, and buy back in. Boop. 1 second. Ooh, wrong buttons. Look what I'm doing. Hitting all the wrong buttons. One second. You're gonna see what I'm gonna do, and this, just follow what I'm doing and just copy it. You're gonna find your own prices. You may not put it exactly the same price that I'm putting in, but you definitely can do something similar. And the thing is that you probably don't want to just copy my prices. It's gonna be harder for you if you do. Just trust me, because you're gonna be fighting me for those exact prices. So you could go ahead and do it, but you may not get the same results, because I'll already have an order placed at that particular price, unless you've already just swooped in and got it before me. Who knows? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here. It says 1,500 sold at 34.10. So now 1,500, 34.10. So I go here where it says sell Gary at a rate of 34.10. I had it right here already, but it was market. So I would just say, see, it was like 507, but I want it to be 34.10, which is within the trading range, and within like the amount that it was. It's just under 1%, just a pump from here. So that's almost a 1% gain right there. So I'd hit trigger order, and you're gonna get this little pop-up. It's gonna take a little bit of Solana, and the purpose of the Solana is to actually be available to complete the trade, and you actually get most of this back once it's done. So I'm just hit confirm. Always double check jupe.ag, and just know it's your responsibility. Do your own research. Not giving you any advice, but I'm gonna hit confirm. There you go. So now I have my order confirmed, and if I scroll down here, I got an order right here. 1,500 Gary sold for $511.50 at a rate of 34.10. Now I just go back here. We had 34.20. Now that's also 1,500, so that's easy. I just go back over here. I'm just gonna switch this to 20. That's gonna be a little bit more. It's not much, but it will compound. We're talking about compound interest here. So I'm gonna place that. Done. And now I should have about 1,000 left. There we go. That ordered. We've got 2 orders there now. And now I'm going to go here. 1,034.30. So I'm just add that. And I'm a little less confident that the 34.30 is going to fill. Hit 1,000. But, you know, I have the other one. So we'll see. It's just been a little bit tighter liquidity in the last couple days. So I confirm. There we go. Done. There we go. I have all of them now. There's nothing in here. You see that the Solana balance went a little bit down because I had to reserve a little bit of that liquidity. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. 3 orders. And now that's it. Now what I do is I kick back and I wait. I kick back and I wait until this starts to fill. If I want, I can just, like, what I do is, like, midday, I'll just go back and, you know, go back to my Gary chart. And then I would just drop those charts back in and say, hey, reassess this chart and let me know if my orders are still good. And if it says yes, then I just leave it, let it ride. And then also once orders start filling, I'll start grabbing that available liquidity and start putting it back into new orders on the other side. So once this sells, I'm going to buy Gary back. And my goal is, like, you know, I said like 3%. I should be getting, you know, if that was 3% of 100 is 3 Gary. So what would be 3% of 1,000? That would be 30 Gary. So, you know, potentially if I get 3% on, even let's just call it 1%. What would be 1% would be 1. So it'd be 1% of 1,000. You know, it'd be 100. So maybe I'm going to get an extra 100 Gary out of this flip, and that's the goal. I mean, come on, I can get an extra 100, turn my 4,000 Gary into 4,100 Gary. And even if it's less, compound interest is a crazy thing. It's going to start kicking in, and you're going to see how quickly you're going to be able to grow this. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know how to give financial advice. Please be sure to do your own research on this stuff. But what I'm going to do some more. If I have time later today, I might do another quick stream just to show you the results, or maybe I'll post some community tab posts on YouTube and some stuff on X or Twitter. If that is something that you think would be helpful, let me know in the comments if that's something that you think will be helpful. Cool. All right. I just wanted to try and give you a little idea of what I'm doing. So again, goal is to grow my Gary. You could do this with any token. And again, the reason that's why this is a juicy chart. Let me show you this. This is sexy. I'm gonna zoom out. Look at this. See how this is an opportunity here? Because here, woo, boom. There we go. See how that's an opportunity? You trade here, buy, buy, buy. You know, buy, 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 sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, and using AI to help you analyze the chart. Look, this is so sexy. Boom, 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 boom. I've been buying and selling, buy and sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, and you just collect it in the middle. And you could do this with any token. Just I like that Gary is this nice sideways trading chart, which means there's a lot of opportunity just to be passive. I'm not able to pay attention to the chart all day, so a sideways trading chart is a great way to make some money. And there's always there's always opportunity with this type of thing. So again, let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to keep on stacking my Gary. I'm going to keep on making money all the time. What's that? What is that? I'm going to keep on making money all the time doing this stuff. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I'm going to keep on doing more of these streams. And one second, let me check one thing before I finish. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, let me know if you like this. I did go live to YouTube. I went live to X. I went live to Instagram, and I went live to TikTok. Actually went live twice to YouTube because I got my vertical family here. So again, let me know if this if you're enjoying this, and if I should do more streams like this. All right, I got to take off, but peace out. I will see everybody in the next stream, or on Twitter, or in the timeline on or in the